Oh, it's Rach from Spiritual and Angelic Guidance. I'm here to do a reading for Libra. Now this will be for November 2021. If you've seen my readings before, welcome back. Thanks for the support. If you haven't, welcome to my channel. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Don't forget, it's a general reading. It is not going to suit every single person out there, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Also, time can be fluid, energy can be vice versa, so keep that in mind. Okay, there might be a situation that will end and you are going to be a free spirit and walk away. Just because those two were on the bottom. Okay, Libra. What's going on with Libra? Okay, on the bottom, as I said, you've got the Fool card, so you are having a fresh start. What you want is your financial security with your, family life, whatever this is, your dreams, but also to have the material stability and the, you want money and that kind of thing. That's what you want for your future. And I feel like you've had some clarity about this. There's also, you're getting, more clearly with your communication. I feel like you had some sort of insight about what needed to change or what needed to happen. You could have felt like you were mentally exhausted. You got some more sleep. But you had some decisions to make. You got some clarity about a situation, and then you've now had a fresh start, and now you're heading towards this family life with your money and your abundance, that kind of thing. Now, on the table, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. You've got the Nine of Swords. You've got the Five of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Page of Cups in reverse, the Five of Cups, and the Empress in reverse. So we'll start with the Ace of Cups in reverse. As I said, I feel like there was some sort of breakup. That's how it feels. Like you've had some sort of breakup. You're trying to avoid that, but I feel like even if you're trying to avoid it, it's like somebody felt like their person was very selfish. It could have been you. You could have felt like, we'll just use you for this. You could have felt like your person was very selfish. I also feel like it could have started out as a kind of friendship, some sort of friendship. And I feel like Eve, at the end, when it ended, it felt like you lost your friend as well as your lover, your person. And I feel like you maybe were getting intuitive feelings, but I feel like you weren't trusting them. So yeah, so I feel like, as I said, there was this ending. There was some sort of something to give you this clarity about what exactly it was that you wanted. I feel like this breakup, or whatever this was, time apart, I feel like it gave you the insight as to what you needed to change. It also, or someone needed to change. It also made you know what it is you do want, what it is you don't want. I feel like, it helped somebody make some decisions about what needed to change. And as I said, and exactly what they wanted. They got some sort of clarity. So, it could have been about someone's ego as well. Like they didn't want you to, someone else to have you, that kind of situation, or you to have, someone else to have your person. But also I feel like it was, could have just been that you were very hesitant to kind of let this person back in or get back involved with this person. there could have been some sort of third party, or there could have been some gossip, that kind of thing. Maybe, as I said, you just needed some alone time to kind of figure out exactly what it was that you wanted, what exactly, this other person maybe needed some alone time to kind of get some independence back. Like maybe you both needed that. Maybe you both needed to, I feel like someone needs to speak their truth. But I also feel like, yeah, you needed to both get back your own independence. But also I feel like you needed to make the decisions to make yourselves better, and also so you could come together and make you both better. And, you had this ending, you had this, endings and new beginnings. This is like you both needed to complete some sort of lesson, or there was something you both needed. As I said, I feel like whatever this was, it was fated that you both go through what you went through, because you had to make some changes. It wasn't going to work the way it was. And I feel like, the universe has stepped in, and so you've completed this, whatever this was. You had success, you had victory, you achieved what you needed. So now you can have a fresh start or a new beginning, which you are. This is the exact same cup, where before you were feeling hesitant and it was about their ego. Now it's like a new love, or it can mean, you getting back, having a fresh start with this person, or it can mean someone new. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's this person. Yeah, but this came after some sort of, like you needed to have this time apart to recover. There was also, recover from this loss. You were both trying to avoid this ending though, but like it needed to happen. There's the same card as the one over here. I think it was the one over here. Was it the one over here? No. Oh, I've already shuffled. I think it was the 10 when I said you were trying to avoid this happening. But yeah, as I said, like it had to happen. The world card, you've got the world card and the universe card, same card, world card. It needed to have an ending and a new beginning. Like as much as you tried to avoid it, like here you were trying to avoid it, you needed to both do the work on yourselves. Like with both of them, there was secrets. There was, this person could have been manipulating. I feel like there was deep-seated fears that, you needed to release. There was worry you needed to release. Like you both needed to do the separate work, as I said, independently, to then come back and be better. But you both need to keep doing the work on yourselves. And I mean, communication was important, and communication needed to be worked on. Now, you've got the 9. As I said, there was anxiety, there was fear, there was whatever. Every time you expected the worst, you were having these self-fulfilling prophecies. There was sleepless nights. There was things that somebody would be so worried about that they would just grow and grow and grow and grow. And you could have got health concerns. You could have been sick. You could have lost your hair. You could have, loads of things. Like stress and anxiety do horrible things to our body. And I know all about that. But you definitely have this, I feel like you were getting these intuitive thoughts because the moon card's there. Like the moon is in the picture. Like I feel like you possibly knew things. Whether you chose to listen to that is another thing. As I said though, whatever negative thoughts, and because you were having these, you were making them happen. You were bringing these negative thoughts into reality. And there was fears about money. There was, I feel like you did it all together, but as I said, you needed to kind of take the time apart and, work on yourselves, work out what it is you need to do to become better people individually and then better as a couple. But you were bringing these negative thoughts into reality. Now, you've got the next card is the Queen of Cups, right? You've got the King and the Queen. They're even both looking at each other, like the King and Queen, and they're both upright. King and Queen is a divine counterpart. They're the same suit. Now the King and the Queen, even on the table, they're both like that. They're both looking at each other. So I feel like you know, you are a divine counterpart. You're both doing the work on yourselves that you needed to do. You know, you can completely trust this person, and I feel like maybe you couldn't before, but I feel like you can now. The situation is safe. It is a solid romantic relationship. You know, I feel like even if they're not showing you all of their emotions or telling you, you know, exactly how they feel, like, you don't have to worry. They could be seeing a counselor. They maybe need to see a counselor, but somebody is very trustworthy, honorable, devoted, cautious. Now, the King of Cups is a Scorpio, but doesn't have to be. It can mean that just one person is like that. The other person, the Queen, is more a loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing person. Like, they will look after you. And for a lot of people, they think the Queen of Cups is more Scorpio. But, you know, generally it's a Cancer. But yeah, most people think of the Queen of Cups as more Scorpio as well. Because they're very psychic. They care for others, and sometimes they forget to look after themselves. You know, trust your intuition. They have a deep love of family and friends. They follow their heart a lot. Could be a mom, but yeah, you're both upright, so you are a divine counterpart. Now, it's taken strength, and you know, somebody had to focus, and maybe you both had to focus on, you know, your own self-worth. Maybe focus on your material finances and, you know, stability and all those kind of things as well. I feel like that was important. I feel like this all happened, though, once again, after some sort of breakup. There was no trust, and I feel like it's telling me that you weren't able to come together the way you were. But somebody definitely trusted their intuition. And as I said, this whole situation was fated. This had to happen. For you to both go and do the work on yourselves that you needed to do. So whether you walked away or they walked away, it needed to happen. But I feel like you manifested, you know, coming back together with the Magician. But as I said, be careful, because whatever negative thoughts you were having were also being manifested into reality, because the universe is thinking that's what you wanted. So be careful of your thoughts. Be careful of what you put out into the universe. But yeah, there was definitely somebody wanting to make a lifestyle change, or you both wanting to make a lifestyle change. You're both very determined, driven to succeed. You know, I feel like somebody relies on facts and logic, but it's also all about having truth. There needs to be truth in this situation, and this person needed to come in and be truthful to you. There needed to be some sort of truth in the situation, but definitely you're focusing on your finances, and this was a spiritual lesson, like I said. Yeah, it definitely needed to go the way it was going. Like, it had to change. So it needed to, you both needed to work on yourselves. Now, as I said, the Queen of Cups, we've already established what that's about. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you needed to get this clarity. You needed to see the truth, hear the truth. Like, somebody, you know, also, I guess you needed to realize that you had to change the way that you think, and the other person had to as well. But also, communication was huge, and I don't feel like it was a healthy communication before. But neither of you wanted to move on. But at the same time, I feel like you're resisting the change. But, you know, you felt like there was unfinished business, both of you did. And maybe you were worried about, you know, what other people thought, or, you know, what the other person did, and somebody couldn't get past that. And I feel like, you know, things needed to change. Like I said, you needed the truth. You needed to be successful. You need the truth. You know, you are future planning. You know, you had two choices. And I feel like you did some contemplation. You assessed your life and realized what it is you do want. And, you know, you need to have a situation that you can plant your roots in and you both grow together like a tree. It's going to take time, but you need to take that time apart to then come together better, like I keep saying. You have this triumph, which is the same as the Chariot in reverse. I feel like there was opposition. Somebody needed some self-discipline. I also feel like there could have been lack of direction in the situation as well. Yeah, someone needed to change their perspective, because there were, well, somebody needed to take some time and let things go. They needed to do some work on themselves for sure. I mean, the moon was all about somebody trusting their intuition, and I don't feel like that happened. Or they didn't want to trust their intuition, even though they knew what messages they were getting. They didn't want to listen to that. I also feel like, though, there were secrets, there was deception, there was insecurity in this situation as well. So it caused fear and anxiety and worry and, all those things, as I said. And all those things needed to change. So there needed to be this pause in the relationship, because it wasn't going to work the way it was, as I said. Also, I mean, it just felt like there was obstacles after obstacles after obstacles. Nothing was turning out right. So as I said, you needed that. And also somebody had lack of funds. I just feel like the lack of money probably affected your self-worth. It would have affected, you as a couple. You've also got the Six of Pentacles as well. But this is, you needed help. And, I feel like it's one of those things. For me, this is like karma card. It's like what you give, you get back. And the universe has a way of, if you do good, you get good. So I feel like this is like that. This is saying to me that if you did good, you were going to get good. I said, I think in one of the other readings, it was for Libra. I feel like, you were going to get a job, and for some of you, or some sort of abundance. And it's because the universe you did good, so the universe was giving you a reward. And I feel like it's still the same. I feel like the universe is there trying to help you. You might have felt like you were really stuck though, but you weren't. But you were being rewarded for something, because you're changing your life. You're becoming a better human being. Now, the Empress in reverse, I mean, just remember though, the universe, as much as it can help you, it can, and it will reward you for doing good. If you do bad, it will also, it can also do the opposite. So just, be a good person, work on being a good person, doing the right thing. The Empress in reverse, I mean, this is about someone being codependent, and it can also be maybe there was some sort of block, and maybe because you had such a negative mind space, or, you weren't being such a great person. Somebody could have lost a baby in this situation as well. But yeah, I just feel like, as I said, it was more about you previously were so caught up in the negative. The more negative you think, you're bringing that into reality. So you keep on, having the same luck, I feel like it's the same. You think bad, you're bringing more of that into your life. And, you were focusing on the negative. So nothing ever turned out the way you hoped, and you were playing a bit of a victim. But everything happens for a reason. And, now you need to learn that that's what was going on. You were putting it out there. So you were, bringing more of it into your life. But I also feel like, you had this whole, self-pity and frustration and sadness, and, you possibly had some sort of loss as well that brought all this up, I guess. There could have been some sort of loss, emotional loss. But as I said, you were so caught up on that, that it was like it caused more self-pity and more negative thinking, and you were putting that out there. So the universe was giving you more, thinking that's what you want, but it's not. So, but I feel like, you know, as I said, the universe, as long as you keep focusing on the positive and being a good person, you know, the universe will reward you. I feel like, though, with the page, like, you doubted your intuition, you had no desires, you could have been a very selfish person. I just feel like you couldn't really see past your situation because you were, as I said, you had this victim mentality. Like, there you are again, 5. This is the same card. Like, you had some sort of emotional loss. And that is why you had this negative thinking, this, you know, toxic thinking. Because it's weird that I didn't read that before. But you needed to come out of this emotional withdrawal. Like, I feel like it made you withdraw, but also I felt like it made you think more negative stuff. So you thought more negative, you know, you got more negative. Like, as I said, you're bringing that into your reality. And you went through that whole, you felt so defeated, and you know, that also brought more conflict into your life as well. But I feel like once again, part of the reason that you had this breakup was because of you, because of your behavior, because, I mean, it was probably both of you. You probably had your own issues, like I said, but part of, you got to accept your part, and your part was you not dealing with your loss, your victim mentality, your disappointment with the world. And, you know, as I said, you just kept creating more of it because it was like self-fulfilling prophecy. So you needed to accept that was your part. And also, maybe you weren't such a supportive person with the Empress. You know, maybe you were more codependent. Maybe you took this person for granted. You weren't giving an equal give and take, is what I'm hearing. But at the same time, I feel like you definitely wanted to reconcile, but you want to make amends. You were so defeated that you weren't in the right kind of headspace either. You know, like, you were going through a tough time, but you're coming out of that. And I feel like, you know, as I said, you want to make amends. You wanted to reconcile with this person. You know, if you haven't already, you will. And I feel like, I mean, this could be past for someone. This could be their present. It could be, you know, when I'm doing the reading, you know, like, I do them ahead of time, and maybe this is what you're already going through. But I feel like it was definitely something you needed to learn. There was like, it was a spiritual lesson. You needed to have some self-love. You needed to have some harmony in the situation. There was so much, I feel like there was so much disharmony as well. Like, I just feel like there was probably arguments, and I'm hearing that. Also, I feel like maybe your expectation and your values and things like that, and maybe they just weren't the same. Like, maybe you both expected different things. Maybe, and that's why you had to, as I said, it was fated, but you needed to spend this time alone. And I mean, everything happens when it's meant to. This is also karma card, like, and about the truth coming out and justice being served. And, you know, everything has a cause and effect. Once again, you're a good person, the universe will give you good. If you're a bad person, you'll just get more of it, more crap. So, I mean, in the end, it's your behavior. It's how you choose to behave that's going to affect that. yeah, you had some sort of tower moment that had to happen, and you got the Empress again. So this time it's upright instead of in reverse. It's like you had some sort of tower moment that made you realize exactly what it was you wanted. You know, whether you want to have kids with this person, whether you want happiness, you want pleasure, you want abundance, you know, like, yeah. I just feel like it made you realize that what you want with this person and what you want for your own life. Like, I'm really focused on the light there. Like, it was like I'm feeling like some sort of light went off for you and you had some sort of like major wake up call. Like, I'm hearing this person you felt like was your abundance. Like, this person could give you what it was you wanted. This, you could give that person. It has to be an equal give and take. But I feel like you saw this person as your person. Maybe for some of you, this person was blonde. Maybe you saw this person as being the person you want to be as the mother of your children, or you wanted to be, you know, the father of your children, whatever this is. But I feel like you had some sort of wake up call and it made you realize, like, you know, there was a breakup, you know, this all happened and you had to make some sort of choices. So, you know, I feel like you took action, and I feel like your action was inspired by the universe. Like, you know, before, I just feel like things needed to change. They needed to change. And I feel like before that, you were being very cold-hearted, deceitful, sly. Like, I feel like beforehand, you were not being such a great person. Whether, you know, you were trying to hide stuff. There were secrets, you know, like, yeah. But it made you think. You had to do some, the time you had alone made you think. You do need to love yourself. Like, as I said, your self-worth, and work on your finances. You have chemistry already, but I feel like you needed to work on loving yourself, changing things about yourself that you needed to change and make yourself a priority. But you also needed to work on your finances, your career, like getting that material happiness, like I said on the first few cards, like over here with the 10. Like, you needed to have a fresh start and make, you know, you wanted that for yourself and your person. You know, you want to have this security with this person and, you know, have some financial backing, you know. So don't, even if you get a job, don't rush out and go spend all your money. Make sure you have some savings. Save. You need to have savings. You need to, you know, get a life happening for you guys. I feel like this whole, it was like a game, a bit of a game before. Like, you didn't really, I feel like I'm hearing in my head, you didn't, like, you didn't take it very seriously is what I'm hearing. And I feel like somebody just felt like this situation wasn't for them. They weren't being very flexible. They didn't, you know, they weren't being loyal. They weren't, you know, they didn't want to change. They didn't want to. And if that continued going the way it was going, it was not going to make anyone happy. It was just going to be the same, you know, negative crap. But at the same time, you felt like it wasn't over. As I said, there needed to be changes. And I feel like you had this insight and you realized, and then you took some inspired action from the universe to make a change. Because, and the universe is rewarding you for doing that. Somebody needed to have boundaries, you know. And as I said, you needed to initiate some sort of changes. And listen to the listen to the guidance of the universe. I feel like you want to marry this person. You want to be with this person. And I also feel like you got some vision for your life. You know, you haven't dealt with the loss that you had either. And there was a lot of lies in this situation as well. And someone knew that. Someone knew there were lies. But they didn't want to let you go either. They had dreams. There could have been some sort of something to do with singing or music with you guys as well. There was conflict, but at the same time, you didn't want to leave. You know, you saw each other as your abundance. Yeah, there was definite baggage. Somebody needed to let go of what was happening in the past and heal the patterns that impact relationships. They need to deal with their past hurts and issues. They need to, like, I feel like somebody hanging on to the baggage of the past wasn't helping. But at the same time, you're probably, either you or your person weren't dealing with your stuff to make it better. There needs to be someone, you know, wanting to move on, but there was closure issues. And I feel like for some of you, maybe somebody met someone new for some of you. Or you were more concerned that this person was going to move on and meet someone new. You had abandonment issues. You need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive, you know, the other person. You didn't want to deal with your heartbreak. You didn't want to take responsibility for your part either. But there was definitely some clarity. And then you're going to enjoy dating each other again. So if this has happened, it could have happened for some of you or still be happening. Yeah. You didn't want to deal with the separation. You didn't want to be separated from this person. But someone needs to let these negative thoughts go. Somebody needs to stop replaying events over in their head. And I feel like that possibly has happened. As I said, someone's letting the past go. Like, fresh start, clean slate. Let's start again. Anyway, that is what I have for you, Libra. I hope that resonates. If it does, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I will catch you with the next read. Thanks for watching. Bye.